All right, everybody, good afternoon, and thanks so much for watching News Now, which is a part of Fox10Phoenix.com. My name is Pilar Arias. We have been storm chasing in Oklahoma. Actually, one of the most common spots for storm chasers to be. They've gotten rain, they've gotten hail. But now we're going to move on to some of the day's top stories from across the country. So again, my name is Pilar Arias. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Who is already thinking about the weekend? I know I am, trying to figure out if a road trip might be in store. So we're going to start with some of your business briefs, and then we'll get to some health news. And actually, I've got a lot of top stories ready to go for you. So Amazon, Apple, and there was another company that's in these business briefs. You're going to get all the details right now on News Now.
Apple on Wall Street. The tech giant reporting second quarter results showing a drop in both profits and sales. Still, the company beat analysts' expectations for both earnings per share and revenue. Apple shares were higher. iPhone sales are showing signs of weakness, though. Apple has success with what it calls its wearables business, which includes AirPods and the Apple Watch. The end of an era at Google is near. Longtime CEO Eric Schmidt announcing he is leaving the company's board. Schmidt was appointed CEO in 2001 when Google was still privately traded and just 3 years old. He resigned as executive chairman at the end of 2017, but remained on the board of parent Alphabet. His board term expires in June. And Hola Alexa, Amazon is preparing to launch a Spanish-speaking version of its Echo device later this year. The company looking to cash in on nearly 50 million people who speak Spanish in the United States. For more, log on to FoxBusiness.com. In New York, I'm Jerry Willis.
All right, Jerry, thanks so much for that. The business briefs, business reports, always some of my favorite stories to bring you right here on News Now. Feel free to let me know what some of your favorite stories are. We haven't done Friday or Thursday in quite some time. That's when we do animal-related stories on Thursday and Friday. Hey, happy May, everybody. We are in a new month. Exciting times, right? Who's already looking forward to summer road trips, summer weather, pool parties, being at the lakes, being at the rivers. Salt River Tubing here in Arizona opens on May 11th. Cinco de Mayo is already this weekend. Can you believe it? Who's ready? All right, let's see those hands up emojis if you skip breakfast. And let's see the double hands up if you skip breakfast on the daily, not just occasionally. The reason I'm asking is because that's what this next top story is about and whether or not it impacts your health.
In a new study, researchers found that by skipping breakfast, you increase your risk dramatically of developing heart-related problems like heart attack and stroke. Now, the researchers looked at all of the studies and data relating to this. They couldn't come up with an exact cause, but it was a relationship. Now, many experts think that if you're skipping breakfast, you're not living a healthy lifestyle. And, in fact, people that skip breakfast tend to be more sedentary, sleep in later, eat less healthy foods, and perhaps even drink too much. So the bottom line is that you need to feed your engine on a regular basis. Now, there's a lot of studies out there looking at intermittent fasting, and that's not what we're talking about here. There is data that suggests that intermittent fasting may actually help reduce your weight. This is talking about breakfast. Now, I'm a believer, and after 26 years of practicing medicine, I believe you need to feed your engine, especially in the morning when you wake up. This allows your brain to function better and your body. You have to fuel the engine to allow it to run properly. So, folks, in my opinion, eat a healthy, low-fat breakfast. I'm Dr. Mike Sirigliano with the Fox News Medical Team.
I fuel my engine. This morning, I fueled it with just a peanut butter sandwich. I like to eat at least something for breakfast, a little something every day, just to get your motor running. That's after a glass of water, that is. Got to hydrate first, right? Make sure everything functions properly. All right, I'm going to bring you out here to the Valley of the Sun, Phoenix, Arizona, taking a live look from our South Mountain Tower cam. A little bit of shakiness there, but hey, we don't have any complaints here in Phoenix because the weather this week, it's been overcast, it's been raining. It's currently 81 degrees, which for the first day of May here in Arizona is nothing to complain about. It's absolutely beautiful, right? The reason I'm bringing you back here to AZ is because our very own Fox 10 Phoenix's Jennifer Martinez has a story about a toddler bitten at a daycare.
You cannot justify 8 bites. Maybe 1, but 8.
Parents of 15-month-old Mila outraged after they went to pick up their daughter from Sunrise Preschools here in Maricopa, only to be told she had been bit, not once, but 8 times.
I didn't know what to do because you can't just, it's another kid that bit them. They don't know what they're doing, but the staff members should have been on it. Why are you there? Why there's so many bites instead of, just 1.
The bite marks going all the way down Mila's back. They were so deep you can see the teeth marks. Red circles now turning into bruises. Rocio Enriquez, Mila's mother, requested the surveillance video from the preschool, but was told that due to privacy issues, it could not be disclosed.
My child was in the library laying down. One child was getting the diaper changed by the teacher, and then the other child attacked my child and was on top of her and bit her in the back. How much agony was my child in?
Apparently the whole thing took 30 seconds.
But to the parents of Mila, 30 seconds was way too long, especially because after 1 bite, Mila would have been crying.
She had to have screamed multiple times.
School officials told the parents that the child who bit Mila would be expelled, but the parents say that doesn't alleviate the problem.
Why is the child paying the consequences when it should reverse out and the teacher should get the consequences because the child doesn't know better? That's why they pay trained individuals to watch these children.
All right, big thanks to our very own Jennifer Martinez for that story. The San Diego County synagogue shooter made his first court appearance.
The gunman accused of opening fire inside a California synagogue last weekend facing a judge. John T. Ernest pleading not guilty to 5 charges, including murder and attempted murder, during his first court appearance Tuesday.
Sir, I'm going to enter a not guilty plea on your behalf to the 5-count complaint that's been filed against you.
Prosecutors say the 19-year-old entered the Chabad of Poway synagogue Saturday and fired multiple shots, killing 60-year-old worshiper Lori Gilbert Kay and injuring 3 others, including Rabbi Yisrael Goldstein, who lost a finger, and an 8-year-old girl.
The evidence indicated that the defendant fired 8 to 10 rounds before the rifle appeared to jam or malfunction.
Prosecutors say he then fled with 50 unused bullets. During his arraignment, Ernest appearing stoic, only giving a one-word answer to one of the judge's questions.
Yes.
One of Ernest's charges is a first-degree murder with special hate crime circumstances, making him eligible for the death penalty. Prosecutors not yet determining if they'll seek death or life in prison without parole.
We're sending a strong message that hate won't be tolerated in our neighborhoods. Anyone who commits a heinous act, like we saw this past weekend, will be held accountable.
During the hearing, Ernest also pleading not guilty to burning an Escondido, California mosque last month. The judge determining him a risk to the community. He's being held without bail. Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
All right, Lauren, thanks so much for that update there. For those of you here for the Barr hearing, the Senate hearing, the testimony, you happened to miss it this morning, we got a recap for you right now on News Now.
William Barr defended his handling of the special counsel's report before the Senate Judiciary Committee. Republican Committee Chairman Lindsey Graham focused on the origins of the investigation. Democrats accused Barr of spinning the investigation's findings in favor of President Trump.
The publicly released report will allow every American to understand the results of the special counsel's work.
The testimony comes as the Justice Department released this letter from Special Counsel Mueller to Attorney General Barr. Mueller said Barr's March 24th summary of the special counsel's full report created public confusion on critical aspects of the investigation's results. Mueller wrote Barr's summary, quote, did not fully capture the context, nature, and substance of this office's work and conclusions.
It is a striking letter in the forcefulness and clarity with which it conveys Special Counsel Mueller's disappointment.
My concern is whether Mr. Mueller has changed his mind with respect to his conclusions.
The Justice Department responded in a statement saying, quote, The special counsel emphasized that nothing in the Attorney General's March 24th letter was inaccurate or misleading. Barr is scheduled to appear before the House Judiciary Committee tomorrow, but the Justice Department said he will not testify if the committee uses lawyers to question the Attorney General instead of members of Congress. In Washington, Ray Bogan, Fox News.
All right, we will continue to follow all of it right here on News Now. Well, it turns out they could be using license plate readers to fight crime.
State-of-the-art technology is helping the village of Freeport put wanted criminals behind bars. The high-tech crime-fighting tool includes about 36 fixed license plate readers that can scan more than 2,000 plates per minute.
Literally impounded over 5,000 vehicles. We've issued over 22 or 23,000 summonses. We arrested well over 100 wanted individuals.
The system is part of Freeport's Operation Safe Streets program, implemented about 3 years ago. Once the equipment reads your plate number, that information goes straight to the New York State Department of Motor Vehicles, which sends back an alert if the car has a suspended or revoked registration.
The information comes simultaneously into our strategic operations center, to the police desk, and to every vehicle police patrol out on the streets.
Crime in the village decreased by 54% since the program's inception and led to the arrest of a second-degree murder suspect, a wanted gang member, and even helped to locate a missing person. But despite its proven track record of success, some are calling the crackdown on crime an invasion of privacy.
That is invasion of privacy because if a person is not wanted or warranted of doing anything illegal, you shouldn't be able to do that.
Meantime, Mayor Kennedy is working alongside Nassau County to expand the program and secure about 15 to 20 new cameras, all of which he says he hopes to install within the next few months. Reporting in Freeport, Briella Tomasetti, Fox 5 News.
All right, I covered a story similar to that when I was in San Antonio, Texas area. But now we're going to head to Colorado, where researchers say that people are getting high, yes, on marijuana, on weed, prior to working out.
It's all kind of tailored. No matter where you go in Denver, chances are you'll find a gym. In some cases, they're only a stone's throw from a dispensary, two places most people likely wouldn't combine. It's definitely a stereotype that we're trying to break. But if you ask Amanda Hitch, she'll tell you it's more common than you think. She runs a marijuana yoga class in the River North Arts District. When I want to hit the treadmill, when I want to run, when I want to do like 2 miles in 20 minutes and just get it over with, the dab is kind of what gets me there. According to that CU study, 82% of respondents say they do get high directly before or shortly after their workouts. 70% said it increased their enjoyment, 52% said it helped keep them motivated to work out, and 78% said weed helps them with their workout recovery, especially from pain. I know a lot of people that use cannabis so they can work out, so they can get on the yoga mat, because without it, the pain is just there hindering everything they do. Critics argue marijuana is more likely to slow a person down and decrease their physical performance, but the study suggests people who do consume pot before their workouts are more likely to work out longer. You can consume lots of different ways.
All right, bringing you right back out here to Arizona, taking a live look. Arizona's Department of Transportation camera. This is the Loop 101 westbound at 59th Avenue. You can see all the green in this live picture as a result of all the rain we've gotten and all the snow runoff that's made its way down here to the valley. And the reason I'm bringing you out here to the valley is because our very own Carmen Blackwell has a story about a trooper rescuing some baby cubs. Not quite Thursday or Friday, but baby cubs coming up next on News Now.
Monday morning, a DPS trooper found these 3 black bear cubs after finding their mother was hit and killed on State Route 77. The trooper rescuing the 3-month-old cubs and taking them to Arizona Game and Fish, then delivered here, where they are now in the care of Southwest Wildlife Conservation Center.
They're actually in really good condition. Their weights are where they should be, and they're pretty ravenous, so they're eating is a good sign. They got some decent fat on them from, I handled them very minimally yesterday, but their body condition feels good. And when I put food in there, it took them about 30 seconds to realize it was edible because they've never had formula and yogurt and fruit.
Taking in black bear cubs is a first for the Wildlife Refuge Center, and although it's not unusual to see a mother tragically separated from her young, they're trying their best to make the cubs more comfortable and less stressed.
This is all pretty stressful for any animal that comes in here, but we'll give them a little time to acclimate and we'll listen to their lungs and their heart and make sure everything's healthy on them.
After rehabbing the bears for a few months, Southwest Wildlife Conservation Center says the ultimate goal is to release the cubs back into the wild. In Scottsdale, Carmen Blackwell, Fox 10 News.
All right, so say you're tired, you just want to grab some food quickly after work, you don't want to cook, right, and you decide to do takeout. Do you tip or do you not? Like, you call it in, you order it online, and you just walk in and say, thank you. Do you tip or do you not? Let me know on the YouTube chat, everybody. There's currently, matter of fact, 1,545 of you watching, so feel free to let us know. Let's get this discussion going, because that's what this next top story is about.
Tipping. For some New Yorkers, it's hands down one of the most uncomfortable things they're faced with on a daily basis, or so they tell us.
I feel like it's awkward, but sometimes I just feel like if I get personal service, it's worth it.
I think it was awkward initially, so I'm an international student and I didn't understand tipping before I got here.
We all know it's customary to tip waiters after our sit-down meals, but how do you deal with this screen, the one that pops up when you're in a fast casual or takeout spot?
In general, on a small purchase like that, I'm going to tip, $1. Something reasonable. If every customer gives them $1, I think that's a pretty good rate.
No tip.
Why?
I think it's ridiculous. It's just a simple transaction, really.
Food influencer Matt Brock shares his thoughts.
To me, it's all proportional to how hard they're working. So, can of soda, not much of a tip. Something that they had to cook, more of a tip.
Here in Morningside Heights at Sliced by Harlem Pizza Company, the owner tells us there's no customary approach to tipping, but throwing it is always appreciated.
With us, our slice is $3.25. It's an easy round up to $4, or $3.50, or our system prompts 10%. Because there isn't a huge level of service involved, it's just a token of appreciation that adds up for the employees at the end of the day.
The option to tip on a screen like this one only pops up when you pay with credit cards. So if you want to avoid the situation altogether, pay with cash. If not, it's a game time decision based on how you feel in that moment. In Morningside Heights, I'm Dana Arshan, Fox 5 News.
Oh man, that story got a lot of you talking on the YouTube chat, and I follow along. I pay attention and I chat with you guys. I do. I type back. Somebody said, do you tip when you buy a car? Good question. All right, one more top story for you, at least in this segment of Top Stories right here on News Now, which is a part of Fox10Phoenix.com. Hey, again, my name is Pilar Arias. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, share, subscribe. Let your friends, your family, your coworkers, your neighbors, everybody you know about us so they can join in on the chat, on the discussion. What a perfect way to join your coworkers or your classmates at the water cooler or while you're in the restroom, and you can be like, hey, did you see that on News Now? That top story of the day, that breaking news, that live events, that UCLA signing day, the unfortunate shooting that took place at UNCC, University of North Carolina, Charlotte yesterday. We've got you covered across the country. If there's a camera there and we can bring it to you, we'll do just that. Okay, so this final top story I've been rambling about, right? It's another health-related news, and it is about whether or not you drink enough water. Let's get the details.
As many as 1 in 5 children in the United States don't drink water during the day. Now, this has serious consequences. One, it increases their chances of becoming obese. Why? Because if they're not drinking water, they're going to be drinking things like soda that has lots of sugar in it. So listen, folks, you need to get your kids in the habit of drinking water. Now, with my kids, I have gotten them used to drinking water that is infused with natural flavoring. There's no artificial sweeteners. If you get them started young, they will develop the habit of drinking healthy liquids. You have to have your kids not only get less calories, but also stay hydrated. It's important for their entire body, both brain and body. I'm Dr. Mike with the Fox News Medical Team.
All right, everybody, they are still storm chasing in Oklahoma. We're going to watch and listen in for just a little bit until Skyfox gets to a breaking news scene here in the Valley. We are hearing a possible drowning call here in Phoenix. Very sad, bad news, especially with the fact that the weather has not fully heated up just yet. Again, we are waiting for Skyfox to get there, and then I'll bring it to you live here on News Now.